All right, Amadi Diallo back in Man United training, and this is really very important for everyone who wishes Man United the best when it comes to winning the UEFA Europa League, because this is one of the positions where we lack a person of a quality of Amadi Diallo, either in the starting 11 or off the bench. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we're also going to be talking about Mason Mount and Harry Amass into the mix. Harry Amass is one of those players that has going to obviously catch the eye of very many United fans all over the world. And you know what our history is all about. Seeing these youngsters from the academy making it into the first team. And when they do make it to the first team, obviously, who jubilates over that? It's none other than the people that are around this player. So let's see to it that we really subscribe and hit the notification bell that will enable us get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours, and that is the United Matters channel. So, Amad Diallo, we all know that he got injured, I think, around December, and we got to know to it that it was going to be one of those people who doesn't even make to the season. Though the manager came out and shocked us that he'll obviously be back, because we all knew to it that when he was it an ankle injury, that his season was over. But 2 weeks back, the manager told us that Amad Diallo was back, but he was really doing what we call individual training. But it has been given to our notice from Fabrizio Romano that the player is obviously going to be back in training, and that is next week. Amadi Diallo is doing his best to be back before the end of the season. The UEFA Europa League final is the target. If United can qualify, Amadi Diallo is set to be back in training with Manchester United squad next week. Now, with him returning in the United squad next week, it doesn't obviously give him a go-ahead to even be part of the team that is going to be playing against a team known as Atletico Bilbao. That is Thursday next week, and that is going to be played away in Spain. Meaning that if you look at the matches for the club of Manchester United that's set to be played in there, Man United might welcome him back at Old Trafford on the 8th of May. Because if you really put in a very huge push for him to return, he might return when he's not yet ready. But if you want to see him ready, I think he has to be part of this team for 2 weeks. And if you're to count 2 weeks, that means Monday to Sunday next week, that will be one, and from Monday to Thursday the other week, that will be two, meaning that Amadi Diallo is not yet to feature at the club of Manchester United in the game against Atletico Bilbao. But this will depend on his fitness levels, because if he can really prove to the manager that he can be part of the squad traveling away to Atletico Bilbao in all come next week, that will be really very, very, very important for United. I've already told you that he's a player that we need. Him and Matthijs de Ligt are the two players that we need back in the squad to see to it that we get back into the Champions League by winning this tournament. If those two are back, I tell you can win the tournament, and especially Amadi Diallo, because for Matthijs de Ligt, I'm obviously going to be giving my reasons in there after letting you know why this guy is really important. In the Premier League, he had played 22 games, 6 goals and 6 assists. That was 12 goal involvements. UEFA Europa League, 8 games, 2 goals and 0 assists. Then EFL Cup, 3 games, 1 goal and 1 assist, meaning that he had played 33 games minus the FA Cup, and he had gone ahead to score 9 goals, and how many assists were onto his name? 7 assists, meaning that he was really a pivotal player for the club of Manchester United. That's why his return is really very important, and that's why when the story was broken by Fabrizio Romano yesterday, it caught everyone's mind, and we are like, welcome back Amadi Diallo. And you never know, even on the weekend, if at all he performs very well, even when he performs very well, maybe he'll travel to Bilbao, and I would love to see him into that double encounter, because I know up front he's one of those players that brings us something different. Even when the opponent is really trying to obviously stretch us, the manager can play him as a right wing back and maybe deploy Kobe Mainoo into that number 10 role. And I just can't wait to see how Amadi Diallo will continue playing that number 10 role alongside Kobe Mainoo, especially when you're looking in for goals. And imagine if at all Amadi Diallo was available when you're playing against Lyon, would this game obviously have even reached extra time? I tell you not, because if you get in Amadi Diallo and Kobe Mainoo to play to the number 10 position and get Bruno Fernandes playing to the number 8 role alongside maybe Casemiro or Manuel Ugarte, that gives United a lot of creativity, especially up front, because these two are really good on the ball and they can obviously create a moment of magic, like you saw what Kobe Mainoo did in that equalizing goal that made it 4-4 for the club of Manchester United in the dying minutes of the extra time. So I know that is really a very huge push for the club of Manchester United, and what a boss to see to it that we really get in these people to do the job as expected, and that is Amadi Diallo in for you, back in training. That is next week. And I know in the match preview, in the match press conference today, the manager will obviously give us a huge detail onto the player. Now, last Wednesday, the manager had something to say about Matthijs de Ligt, who turned his ankle in the closing stages of the first half of the United's 1-0 defeat to Nottingham Forest earlier this month, and he has not featured since, despite playing until the end at the City ground. Issuing an update, Amorim said Matthijs de Ligt is going to return before this season comes to an end. Now, for Matthijs de Ligt, I think he can only be available to play in the final. And if you're having him in the final, it will be a very big boost. Now, for the defenders that you're having at Manchester United, I think I won't worry for Matthijs de Ligt, because Luke Shaw is back. He plays in the central defense. You can talk about Lindelof. There is Harry Maguire. There is Mazarawi. There is Lenny Yoro, who is really looking very good, and very many others. So, us having all those players back in the central defense, I think they are good enough to obviously take on a team known as Atletico Bilbao, that is on Thursday. And then after, we'll see what they'll be doing at Old Trafford, that is the other week. But if Matthijs de Ligt was there and Amadi Diallo, I would have gone ahead obviously tell you that that trophy is ours, because I know what de Ligt has done in that central defense. And by the way, this season he's United's best centre back. That is it, and by far, no one comes close to him. One who would have gone to come close to him is Lisandro Martinez, but he's also out and his season is over. So that is a Matthijs de Ligt for you. But let's pray to it that we knock out Atletico Bilbao in what is going to be a very hard game for the club of Manchester United. And the moment we knock them out, I tell you, will be a team that will win the final. However much Spurs comes in through all who, I tell you, we will have all what it takes to beat Spurs, as the likes of de Ligt will be back, Ahmadiyya will be back, and we're playing at Unito Stadium. And I know we can really beat Spurs. And I know UEFA Europa League is obviously blowing their pinky finger to have a final of Man United and Spurs, because it will make more news and it will have more money to make for those that are really betting, and it will create loads of noise around everyone. Now, Mount was asked on his relationship with Harry Amass. He said he's a great kid. He trained with us last season as well. He's very good technically. I see great potential in him. I was proud to see him make his debut. So, Mount is a player who is in the best picture to obviously have around Harry Amass. He was at Chelsea and he came from the academy, and he knows how it feels to obviously get into the first team. And I think he can give him the best advice as Harry Amass. As I dropped a story yesterday that for Harry Amass, I wouldn't like to see him loaned, in the summer. I would love to see to it that he takes part in the preseason and waits for Diego Leon also. If Diego Leon hits the ground running, then the player will obviously get loaned. If Diego Leon fails to hit the ground running, then let's loan Diego Leon and let's keep Amadi Diallo around, and let's keep Harry Amass around the club of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Amadi Diallo back in United training next week. And what are your thoughts about Harry Amass and Matthijs de Ligt into the mix? Rock and David remains my name. First video of the day. More is yet to come. We out.